The threat to animals around the world is real. Climate change, deforestation, bushfires, and more are all causing great harm to the global ecosystem. These problems are caused from afar and can sometimes be hard for the wider public to quantify. However, animals still directly suffer from being hunted by poachers on behalf of their rich clients. So, what's the best way to dissuade the poachers? It's simple, really, according to one particular game. Kill them all. That's basically the premise of Growl, Taito's gloriously silly beat-em-up. You play as a forest ranger, avenging and protecting animals in equal amounts throughout the game. There are 4 characters to choose from, all members of the Ranger Corps, and prepared to exert extreme retribution on any poachers who dare to try and encroach on their territory. There is a distinctly 80s action movie vibe to Growl, with hammy lines and over-the-top violence at every turn.
Drop dead, you scum!
You won't get away with this.
An article on Hardcore Gaming 101 describes it well. There's something fascinating about the rather twisted morals of 80s action movies. If the cause was strong enough, any kind of violence was totally and completely acceptable. And there is plenty of totally acceptable violence to be found in this game. From fists and feet to rocket launchers and tanks, every moment in Growl is a battle to the death.
This is the end for you.
Oh no, he got me!
You'll occasionally receive help from the animal kingdom, but for most of the game, you're on your own. Or, if you're playing in the arcade, you and up to 3 friends. The game looks like a good time from the moment you start. The characters you can choose to play as are very similar, 2 of which wear sunglasses, and 2 of which wear a hat, and look like a buffed up version of Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. There isn't really any difference to who you pick. That's fine. Backgrounds and enemy sprites are lacking in variety a bit, but no more than the average action game from the same time period. For the most part, the game really plays out in the same way as other beat-em-ups. Move left to right, destroy bunches of enemies, find and use weapons around the environment, rinse and repeat. There's nothing particularly special here from a gameplay perspective, and Growl does border on the repetitive as a result. And yet, every time you start to find your mind wandering, there's a moment so stupid and hilarious that it brings you right back into the action. There's a purity in how audacious the game is that's incredibly endearing.
Hey, stop it!
Who do you think you are?
You can't help but find yourself laughing along with the ridiculousness of it all. If you enjoy beat-em-ups, Growl is a short, memorable game to spend some time with. Assuming you're playing the arcade version, that is. Steer clear of the Mega Drive port. They decided to make it single player, redraw the graphics, and take out the fun voice clips. Basically, they decided to suck all the joy out of the port. My advice? Stick with the soulful arcade version instead.